What's going on? I'm Janika. You're tuned into Lights in the City on Comcast 31. We are here at Heights Hookah Lounge. You can contact Cameron or find them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Make sure you visit Heights Hookah Lounge for all of your party needs. Today, for Lights in the City, I want to talk about finding your purpose in life. That's one of the most important things that anyone can do. Find your purpose in life and find a hobby. Some people know their purpose in life right off the bat, and it takes others a little while longer, whether it's singing, dancing, journalism and interviewing people, or blogging, like our guest here, Miss Laquita Jones, who's also known as Exclusive Memphis. What she likes to do, make sure you find something that you love to do. What we're going to do is talk about what it is that you do, which is celebrity blogging. So tell me, do you think that you found your purpose in life, or is it just a hobby for you with your blogging?
I actually think that it's both. Being the fact that it is a hobby is something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I love doing, and I have a passion for it. So I actually enjoy being able to go behind the scenes and bring all the latest and update news on all the things that are going on with the celebrities around town and also out of town.
So tell me exactly, how did you get into blogging, and what exactly is blogging?
Well, for me, my blog is, of course, online, exclusivememphis.com, and it has online content. And I got started just, going to so many events, getting a chance to get behind the scenes and kind of bring my followers on social media, kind of like, backstage pictures and information that was going on backstage, and like the breaking news on certain celebrities that they enjoyed. And I noticed as I started doing it, my following increased, and as it increased, I just started to decided to take it to an online platform.
So tell me about some of the events that you cover with the celebrities. I know you're into the Memphis Grizzlies and all of the local celebrities, or even big name celebrities that come to Memphis. Tell me about some of the events that you've been able to do.
Well, with my blog, of course, my focus is Memphis, but I also have out-of-town access where I do other events. I do the Essence Awards every year. I do 365 Days McDonald's Award, their live taping. I cover their red carpet, the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards, the Soul Train Awards. I cover almost anything that Gotti has going on. I do events with Penny, Zebo, TA, in addition to the Memphis Grizzlies. Kind of anything that highlights people that are from Memphis. I work real closely with Nelly and his team, Tyrese, Elise Neal, just different celebrities that kind of have a touch to the city of Memphis, but people who actually enjoy things that are going on here in the Mid-South.
So the names that you mentioned clearly are not easy access. You clearly have to build a network and be kind in some form. So tell me, how are you able to make those connections?
Well, initially it started out as something that I was doing from more of a business aspect, but as you start to hang around those people, you become like their friends, and you get these VIP invites to certain events, birthday parties. I've invited to Tip's birthday party every year, Rick Ross' birthday party. So as you start to hang out with these people and you get to know their teams and hang around their teams, and then my team, we just kind of reach out to different people, and because we are professional and we kind of stand behind our work, they invite us to come back every year, and we just have fun, and they enjoy the content that Exclusive Memphis actually develops.
So what was one event or one thing that happened throughout your blogging career that sticks out with you the most, that you just loved so much?
That's kind of hard to say, because most of the time I'm kind of rubbing elbows with a lot of people that a lot of people kind of wish. I think one of the things that stands out the most would probably be like my visit to the Playboy Mansion with Nelly and his crew. And I think Tip's first birthday party when he was released, that was kind of big because like everybody was there to welcome him home, and the injury was crazy. So those are two parties that I definitely will always remember.
That is awesome. So for others who want to get into blogging and want to make these connections, what advice would you give to them?
Well, I think the first thing is that you actually have to enjoy doing it, and you have to find what your niche is. A lot of times I have a lot of people that reach out to me and say, hey, I want to get into blogging, or they want to meet this celebrity or get this access for people that are actually coming in town. And I think it has to be something that you have a passion for, because if you don't have a passion for it, you'll quickly kind of shy away from it. It'll become boring. The thing about me is blogging is, of course, my business, and I'm able to have several extensions of my business from that blogging. So you have to find your niche, find what works for you, and make sure that you enjoy doing it, because if not, you'll get burned out on it, and before you know it, and then meeting celebrities is not like as easy as people think. Like, it's not just you're gonna start a blog and then they're gonna flock at your front door. It doesn't work like that. I'm 5 years in, so like my invites come from just due time and due diligence in the industry and being able to have the right contacts.
And so you are a mother, you have kids. So how do they take it? Do they see you as, oh, my mama knows all these people? Or are they just like, whatever?
Well, I have 2 girls. I have a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old. My 17-year-old, she's kind of over it. My 12-year-old, she kind of goes with the flow. But, they've had opportunities to hang out with mom, too. I've taken them to meet Miley Cyrus. They've met Raven Simone. They've had dinner with Miley's Behavior, Jacob Lattimore. So there are perks for my kids as well. They get to hang out sometime when I'm working and get a little bit behind the scenes. And they go to school and, kind of tell their friends, hey, I was here, hey, I was there. And, like sometimes we're out shopping or something. People may come up and say, hey, you're exclusive Memphis, you're Mr. Exclusive. They don't really care for that, but they kind of deal with it.
Okay, so for teenagers or other people who want to get involved with you, do you have openings or even internships for others that will want to do what you're doing?
I actually have a mentoring program, Be Exclusive, that I work with Shelby County schools. There are a couple of schools that I go in and I kind of mentor to the kids about teenage pregnancy, peer pressure, and different things like that. And I usually link up with them, like during the summertime, if they have an interest in journalism or photography. I, kind of let them hang out, depending on what type of event it is. Because a lot of times, like if I'm in the club or doing something like that, of course they can't get in. But whenever there's something like on a local level where they can come hang out and kind of get some experience in the behind the scene, it's always great to let them tag along. So they definitely stay in touch during the summertime. So anyone who's interested could reach out on me on any of my social media outlets and get in contact with me, and I'll put them in contact with my publicist.
All right, and we're going to go on commercial break for a minute, but before we do, tell everyone your social media outlets. How can they reach you?
Okay, all of my social media is Exclusive Memphis, no E in the front. Twitter is Exclusive Memphis, Instagram Exclusive Memphis, and my Facebook page is Exclusive Memphis.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome back to Lights in the City. I'm Janika here with Exclusive Memphis, Miss Laquita Jones. Now, I want to talk about the 2 books that you have written that's coming out soon. You want to talk about that?
Sure. I have written 2 books. There's only one that's going to come out, and that's going to be toward the end of this year, and it's more geared toward the teens that I work with, kind of motivational journal, like for peer pressure, self-esteem, kind of the issues that they deal with on a daily basis. That'll be the first book that I come out with, and then the second book, I'm not quite sure when it'll be released, but it's actually completed.
Yes, okay, well that's good news. And speaking of teens, you have a partnership with Shelby County Schools with teen moms. Tell me about that, because you were once a teen mom.
Correct. The partnership that I have with Shelby County Schools is kind of, speaking to the average teens that may have already became a mom or is thinking about becoming a mom or is pregnant at the time. And I kind of just talk to them about, life doesn't end after, motherhood. I was a teen parent, and I just kind of let them know how I went on to actually start a couple of businesses and, get my degree. So it's kind of like life doesn't end after being a parent.
You said you went on to start a couple of businesses. I understand you have a lip gloss line coming out, T-shirts, online boutiques.
Correct.
What is that?
I have a lip gloss line that's already been formulated, just waiting to be released. I have a t-shirt line, exclusive threads. I have an online boutique, pretty exclusive. And kind of under those umbrellas, I do a couple of other things. I do consultation for people who may be interested in starting blogs. I do workshops and just kind of, things that get around the nature of promotion and events.
Now, the lip gloss line and the T-shirts and the online boutique, are they already out?
Yeah, the boutique is already out.
Okay.
That's prettyexclusive.com. And I actually have the luxury to work with a couple of celebrities with that. I often send them different pieces from the line that they may wear in their photo shoots or on red carpets. And I get like orders from all over the place. With the t-shirt line, that's of course is, also through Pretty Exclusive. And it's kind of like motivational quotes for women. It's a women's t-shirt line. And then a lip gloss is something that'll be coming out later this year, if not the first part of next year.
That's some good news. All right, so let's get to this hot topic tea going on in the world today. Now, recently, well, actually a few days ago, Beyonce canceled her concert in Nashville that was scheduled for May 5th. And a lot of the Beehive is pretty upset about that. What are your thoughts on that? Why do you think she canceled it?
I'm not sure. I know the actual arena where they actually was scheduled to have the show is going through some construction, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm quite sure it's not ticket sales because from what I hear, they had sold pretty good. So I think there's supposed to be another date rescheduled. That's why they're not doing ticket refunds. But I think it's one of those things where we have to wait and see.
Man, I really hope that she has this because the people are mad in Memphis about that concert being canceled.
They want their coins back.
Exactly. But they said they will refund their money back.
Correct.
Maybe. All right, so let's talk about the Grizzlies. We ended our season to the Spurs in a series sweep. So what do you think the Grizzlies have planned for next season? How do you think they're going to come back gritting and grinding? Or is it dead, like Matt Barnes said?
No, I definitely don't think it's dead. The Grizzlies are one of those teams that you can't count out. Like, we've always been the underdog. If you listen to a lot of the sports stations, they are ESPN, they kind of always put us on the bottom. And, of course, we come out every year and we kind of shock them. I think, depending on who comes back on the roster, I think we got a great chance, of course, making the playoffs next year. I was kind of shocked with the Mario Chalmers move, but
Me too.
I'm definitely confident that, they'll re-sign Mike Conley. And of course, we got TA, we got Zebo, Gasol will be off, injury. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Anderson and Barnes, but, we got one of those teams that, they about to grit and grind. The lineup that we got is pretty serious. It's just a matter of, having all the key components in place so that we can get out there and we can grind it out. But we got to get the boys credit. Like, they handled business, this season, but it just was kind of impossible to pull it off.
So last season, they broke a record, 28 players on one team in 1 year. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think they're going to do the same thing next year, or how?
I think that's crazy. The Grizzlies are one of those things that you kind of don't know what the inside or upper office is doing. We kind of hear about things being rolling out and they just shock everybody all at once. I think even some of the players were shocked at some of the things that were actually going on. But again, Memphis is one of those teams where you have to just sit back and watch it play out, and rest assured that I'm sure that the owners are going to come back with some key components in place to make sure that they keep those seats filled in the grindhouse.
Right. So, Exclusive Memphis, you're covering events in the city. What other concerts or events that are coming up in Memphis or even around the country that you'll be covering soon?
Well, of course, I got Anthony Hamilton and Fantasia. That's going to be May 13th. Cheryl Underwood is here May 27th. We got Yo Gotti just announced his 4th annual birthday bash. I'll be covering that. I'm hearing some really big names rolling through Memphis. I can't drop any, but if you guys know, no, I can't do it. Gotti will kill me. But if you watch, of course, if you heard about the show last year, he brought home, we had Nicki Minaj, we had Meek. Monica came through, so I'm expecting, with Gotti having the #1 rap album in the country right now, I'm expecting him to pull out some names, maybe Drake and some Waynes. But yeah.
Hint, maybe.
Yeah, but I definitely think Gotti's going, put on for the city as he always does. Essence is coming up. I'll be going down to cover the Essence Festival. That's really a big thing for me, 4-day event. I mean, Memphis has a lot of things that's going on. You know, most of it I keep on my site, exclusivememphis.com. Setting the Turner's on his way back. Mike Epps is on his way back. Michael Blackson is coming through. We got Jill Scott coming. We got Common coming. We got New Edition coming.
Wow.
So I'm usually the outlet that announces a lot of these big shows first. Erykah Badu. So you just kind of have to stay tuned because, you know, a lot of the venues reach out to me to do the kind of breaking news or the promoters on what's going on. So I definitely will make sure that my followers and fans get the inside scoop first.
Oh, I like that. I like that. So do not forget, follow her on all social media at Exclusive Memphis, no E in the front. And we are here at Height Hookah Lounge. Make sure you follow them on social media as well and to contact Cameron for all your needs if you want to be here at Height Hookah Lounge.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.
And I have here with me Devontae Payton, the innovator of the Motivational Men's Morning Huddle, correct?
Yes.
All right, his co-host is not with him today, his partner, Cedric Brooks, but he is representing for the Motivational Men Morning Huddle. And can you tell me a little bit about what the Motivational Men Morning Huddle is?
So what the Motivational Men Morning Huddle, or MMMH short that we call it, is just a group of guys coming together to project a positive image for students in Shelby County schools and in charter schools here in Memphis. We understand that a lot of men want to give back, or they want to, support the students, and the students definitely need that support, but they don't always have the time to commit to it. So
Right.
The idea originally came from Indiana, where a group of guys just came out when school started and shook and high-fived kids as they came in. And Cedric came to me and he came up with the idea of, like, let's do this in Memphis. He knows that I work for a network of schools here in Memphis, so he reached out, can we do it at your school? And so we got it started. We got the guys to come out back in the fall. Back in November, they came out, high-fived kids. Kids were excited, and just giving them something to look forward to get their day started.
Now, you said Cedric Brooks, your partner, he came to you with this idea. How do you all know each other?
So me and Ced, actually, we've been knowing each other for years. We used to work together at a car dealership.
Really?
We were both sales consultants, and I kind of helped train him because he came on after me. We instantly connected. Ced's a little bit older than me, but he reminds me of myself. He's like the older version of me. So we immediately clicked, and we've been friends ever since.
That is a great thing. Now, the two of you are doing something very influential for young men. Is there a certain age range that you all work with?
So we particularly target the middle schools, so usually 4 through 8. Those are the students that, we feel are at that point of, like, they can go either way, and depending on what type of images or what type of people are surrounding them, they can go on the positive end or they can go on the negative end, and so we try to target those students.
And you said that you work with Shelby County schools and charter schools. So are there any specific schools by name that you work with?
Yeah, so we started it out at the network of schools that I work for, KIPP Memphis Collegiate Schools. It's a network of charter schools here in Memphis. And we started out at one of our middle schools over in the South Memphis area. Mm-hmm. It's in the old Corey Middle School building. And so we started out there in November. And then after doing that the first time, Cedric's son's principal reached out to him and was like, hey, I think this is great that you guys are doing this mm-hmm. in the neighborhoods that are traditionally underserved. But he made a point that, some of the students out in the suburbs, they need that support too. And oftentimes they're forgotten about. And so the second go around, we did it again at KIPP, but we also did it at his son's middle school as well. And once we did it that second time, traction took. News people started reaching out to us, and then different schools started reaching out to us wanting to do it at their schools as well. So we've kind of turned it into a monthly thing. And so the last school that we visited last month was Aspire Hanley, and then next, well, I guess this month, we're going to be visiting Freedom Preparatory Charter Schools.
Well, when you are doing positive things and influential things, people take notice to that. They take heed to that, especially when you're doing something to help the youth, especially men, for one, because they don't have a lot of images that are positive in their lives, especially in this time now.
Yeah.
So was this something that you all had former planned, or was it just something that popped up? I remember you saying earlier that it was just something you just wanted to do. So
yeah, so I mean, both Sid and I, we're big into education. We're big into mentorship. He participates with the Embody program, where he's a mentor for young students, and then obviously with me working with KIPP Memphis, I'm very connected with students. I actually, when I was in high school and throughout college, managed the after-school tutoring and mentoring program.
Wow.
So we're already connected to the work, but we figured that this would be an opportunity for us to bring other guys in who don't necessarily have the time to commit that we do in our other programs. And then I almost use this as like a gateway for those who are interested in eventually mentoring and supporting students. This is their opportunity to, one, get a taste of what it's like to see a child's face who's excited to see you, who's excited about coming to school, and then hopefully these guys can build a connection or stay connected with the school and eventually go back and speak. But that's not something that we're necessarily doing through the program.
now that speaks volumes in itself. And I also wanted to know, you said the smile on the boy's face when they see that. How does that make you feel, knowing that you're helping create that smile?
Oh, it's amazing. You and it's funny because it's not always smiles on the first hand. So usually when we get out there, it's early, it's 7 o'clock, 7:15, and so students, they're still tired, they're sleepy, and more times than not, we're doing them when they come off of breaks. So they really don't want to be at school in the first place.
Right.
So the initial reaction is they walk up and they're like, "What is going on? Like, who are these dudes? And why are they clapping? Why they have all this energy?" And then eventually they start realizing that, hey, we're here to support you. We want you to, get hype and get excited about what's about to happen at school. And so then once we get a couple of the students bought into it, then they turn around and get everyone else motivated. And so people are jumping out of the cars, ready to come down the huddle like they're in the starting lineup.
Alrighty, well, we're going to take a little break right here, and when we come back, we're going to hear more from Devontae Payton. Back, and you are watching Lights in the City, and I am here with Devontae Payton, if you are just now tuning in. And we are also here at the Height Lounge. If you would like to host an event, or if you'd like to come check out the lounge, you can contact Cameron for more information about that. Now, Devontae, I understand that there are more than just you and Cedric that do this for the kids. Who else is involved?
Well, what we do is we put it out on social media and we open it up to the community. And more times than not, it's people that we know or friends of ours. But one group actually in particular came up to our second event, and they're called Big Homie Inc. And so they do a lot. Yeah, they do a lot of work in the community. And so they came out in full force when we did the one in January, and really helped us like to get more people involved. And they actually now have spawned off and are doing their own motivational huddles.
Wow.
And they actually did one today over at Goodlet Elementary. And I think the cool thing about it is that, you know, this is not something that's exclusive to us. We want as many men, as many people as possible to do these types of things, and it doesn't have to be a big group. And so when they did theirs today, they added a spin on it and had actually poster boards and signs with motivational messages up there for the kids. They brought snacks and juices for those students that were coming up in school. And so shout out to Big Homie for taking the reins and taking it just a step further.
Shout out to Big Homie. What exactly do you all do for the boys? I know you said the posters, and I know you said that you greet them. Are there any other things that you do for them when y'all go out on these trips?
So, I mean, it's not a real structure to it, but guys usually what they're doing is they're having conversations with kids, you know, asking them, you know, introducing themselves, asking them about, you know, their aspirations, the things that they're working on in school, and just, you know, having a conversation.
Right.
So nothing, like I said, nothing really structured, but just an opportunity for kids to get a chance to talk with guys and see, again, like positive images and know that like people in the community care about them and what they're doing.
Right. Now, one thing that I find really interesting is that when we were talking earlier, you said that, oh, this was just something that we do. It's not really mentoring, or it's not really like the Big Brothers Club or anything like that. Did you ever think that it would become this noticeable or become this big, or that people would really take notice to it like they're doing?
I didn't. Honestly, like I said, when Sid and I came up with the idea, we knew that we wanted to have a bunch of people involved, but again, we didn't know that it would take off, and that so many people would be so interested in it. So like the first time that we did it, we only had like 5 or 6 guys come out, and then a couple of the guys, you know, they got on their social media and started calling dudes out, saying, hey man, y'all talk about, you know, what's the youth in the community, and you complain about what's happening with our youth, yet no one is stepping up and for something even as small as just greeting kids. And so after being called out, a bunch of guys came out, and like I said, they've enjoyed each other. They've enjoyed hanging out with the kids, and it's blown up.
Well, you can see the smile on your face when you're talking about it. I'm sure it warms your heart to see the smile on the kid's face when you're talking about it. What is one piece of advice that you feel that you can give to these young men and these young boys when you do go out?
Biggest thing is just exposure. Exposure is key. So I always encourage students, kids, boys, girls, whoever, just to gain a level of exposure of things outside of just where you are. I live by the motto, you're not a product of your environment, you're a product of your expectations. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to show students and show kids that you know, you can have higher expectations for yourself, and if you're exposed and you see what the possibilities are, then you can take it a step further.
Well, you have it straight from Devontae Brooks and his partner, who is not with us, Devontae Payton and Cedric Brooks. Kind of messed their names up there. But it's so influential and such a big thing, and we're so happy that you are giving back to the community, that you are doing those things and being a positive influence. And we thank you for that. That's something that we really do need in our community, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And we thank you all for tuning in and watching. This was Lights in the City, and we are at Heights Lounge. As I said earlier, if you'd like to contact them, you can contact Cameron and look it up and come check it out. It's Heights Hookah Lounge, and thank you for watching. Oh, how do we get in contact with you?
We have a Facebook page, so Motivational Men Morning Huddle is the name of the page. We're very responsive on messages, so just reach out to us if you have a school, or you know a school that would love to have us. We're doing it once a month, so This is the last month of school, so we won't be doing anything over the summer, but once school starts back in August, we'll get right back at it.
Right. Make sure you reach out and you be a part of making a positive influence on the Memphis City community. Thank you for watching.